Hey.
He's off work early and he is here for another installment of No Tag Tuesday. It is June's No Tag Tuesday questions, and this month is Summer Begins. So I want to give a big thanks to Roy over at Recipes with Roy for coming up with the questions this month. They're not super hard. They are AI generated, he said, but they're not as hard as the last set. So it's all about summer. So make sure that you check the description box for all of the questions and all of the channels that are participating. So some of these we may not have answers to, but we're going to do our very, very best. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna ask Shawn first, and then I'll go. Okay, Summer Begins tag. Here we go. What's your favorite summer memory from when you were a child?
So it would probably be when we lived in Germany and my grandparents lived in Colorado, and my grandpa was a banker and my grandma was like just a pretty good old person. And very small town in southeast Colorado. I mean small.
Tiny.
Like the gas station was the courthouse and the et cetera, and they had about 10 liquor stores, maybe 2 or 3 hotels. The truck stop was like everything. But they had a swimming pool. And I could go on and on about that. But what's the memory. So I was probably 12 or 13 and I had an ID card because of course my father was in the military. And I didn't really know how to drive, but I figured I did. And we had a 1960, it was his truck, you know.
It's probably okay there
And
to drive when you weren't supposed to.
we'd go out and feed the cattle every night and, you know, all that cowboy stuff. And one day I said, Grandpa, I got a driver's license. I said, I want to drive the truck. And he said, well, do you got a driver's license? Being the smart man I am, boy, whatever, at that time, I whooped that sucker out of my wallet. And I said, Grandpa, I got a driver's license right here. And he looked at it and he said, well, it's good enough for me. So,
Fibbing at an early age.
now my Uncle Bob was in that town at the time, and he's a retired colonel from the Air Force, so he would have known better, but he wasn't around, so I mean, I didn't, you know, whatever. So anyways, I got in the truck, and when I tell you there's nothing in this town, there's nothing in this
Did you
town.
even know how to drive at that point?
Heck no. But I shifted it and I got it, man, I hit it. And I was rolling.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So I knew I'd run out towards where they called the fairgrounds, you know, where we do cowboys, rodeo stuff. And I said, dang, I've gone too far. And I looked down and, you know, the gas tank in then days is the truck was right behind you. I'd been slinging and sloshing, going into the ditches, and I was having a great time. Anyways, make a long story short, I decided I needed to turn. And so I said, the next road I can whip it around here. So I just hit the brakes and put it neutral and spun that thing. And you think I would have seen that sheriff's car sitting there, but you know, what the heck was he doing all the way out there anyways? But that's another story. And I sprayed rocks and gravel and I put it in gear and I hauled that home. And when you get into this little town, Springfield, the roads go and then they dip down. It's for flooded and snowing and all that business. I don't know, but that's the way it is. And I was jumping them things like Grand Theft Auto. Anyways, I pulled it in the alley and pulled it up in the house, and I come to go in the front of the house, and the sheriff was in front of the house. Granted, my grandma was a pillar of community, played bridge, and you know, wore the crazy hats, and I mean, tea, and my grandpa was a pillar of the community. He ran the theater, he ran the bank, he ran the real estate company, and we had a pretty damn big farm. Anyways, I had to produce that driver's license, and that didn't go very well. But that's my favorite memory. I mean, I had some great memories with my other grandparents, but that was really the best one.
Did you go every summer there?
Yes.
Even after that?
Yes.
I've never heard this story.
But I never drove any more vehicles while I was there.
Well, at least till you were 16, probably.
Well, yeah, I did then.
My memory's not that wild. Okay, so my favorite summer memory is every summer when I was a little girl, from as long as I can remember, I would go to Columbus, Georgia. We lived in Eufaula, Alabama, and we'd go to Columbus, Georgia and stay with my grandmother Dotson, my daddy's mother. And she was just the sweetest, littlest, tiniest little woman you ever seen. But every summer I would go and stay pretty much the whole summer with her. And we would get up every Saturday morning. At that time they had a huge farmer's market. They don't have it any longer, but every Saturday morning we would get up and we would go to the farmer's market. We would get in her little Dodge Dart little red and white Dodge Dart, and we would drive off to the farmer's market. And we would always get a fresh watermelon, and we would get home and we would cut it, and we would go sit out on the back steps on her small little porch, and we would eat watermelon together. So that is just my most favorite summer memory every summer growing up as a little girl.
Which the odd part to that story is, Wendy's doctor actually is right next door to it.
Yeah.
And
The house is still there.
the
just
house
not-
is still there.
yeah.
Actually, it's for sale, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of that's a work in process area
Yeah,
right now. There's
they're
a lot of construction.
rejuvenating it. Yeah, I go by there sometimes just so I can see the house. I've often just wanted to knock on the door. I think it's empty now, to see if I could go inside.
What's for
and
sale?
see it,
Last time
but
we rode by.
it's just a great memory of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 2. Do you have any summer vacation plans for this year?
Well, technically, no.
No.
But let me tell you, I'm onto something right now. There's a YouTube person that I found, and she's a Weight Watchers YouTube person. Her name's Amy a Human. I think that's correct. But she's from England or somewhere. And she just went to Dubai. And I've been kind of checking this out a little bit, United Arab Emirates. And I think that me and Wendy can do this. I mean, Wendy's going to have to cover up a little bit. But, man, I mean, United Arab Emirates is like Las Vegas of
Yeah,
that part of the
that'd be a
country.
good summer trip.
Yeah, and my dad spent a little time over there too. So, I'm thinking, I don't got nothing planned this summer, but maybe a road trip to see JD and, you know. Well, I told Wendy next month that she owes me a trip. I want to go to the beach for a day. I don't want to necessarily go to Panama City Beach. I ain't up for all that nonsense. But I would like to go to Destin or Orange Beach or,
Yeah, a little calmer there.
yeah, and then, you know, because as a kid, that's where we used to go. And, well, we used to go to Panama City also, but, you know, I'd like to go just buy an $8 crab pot and take Wendy and let's just see if we can catch a couple crabs. Maybe we'll cook them, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll give them to the guy at the end of the dock. I don't really care.
So I hear you saying you got inspired by Amy's vlogs. Amy's
Yes,
Human.
yes.
I think it's Amy's
Amy's
Human.
a human.
Amy's a Human, yes. Amy, forgive me for not getting your channel right. I'm going to link it below anyway. We love Amy from UK.
But I tell you, she's got little children and a husband, and they went with her. But they're stayed, I don't know exactly the name
It
of the hotel.
inspired him.
But you can stay at the Marriott like $180 a night or something, you know, and that would be fun. I don't know if I'm interested in the theme park, but I'm interested in some other stuff there. So, yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
I don't
Amy.
have any summer plans. I have not really thought about it.
Well, she's got 2. She's got to take me to Helen, Georgia, and
Well, those
somewhere
are
in,
your plans. They're not my plans.
well,
Uh,
because we want to go somewhere they serve German food, because I've been craving Jägerschnitzel
Yeah.
for about 5 years.
yeah.
And we've tried some stuff here at the house, but it just ain't the same as.
No, it's not quite the same. I don't know. I probably go see my grandkids. They're fixing to get out of school for the summer, and I need to see my mom. Just little road trips like that. But I don't really have any hard, fast plans. But clearly, we've got plans.
I do.
Okay. So, all right. Next, what's your favorite way to stay cool during the hot summer months?
Stay in the house.
Stay in the house. He works at the foundry, and it is hotter than 40 hells there. I'm telling you. And so that's why our house is cold, because he comes home to a cold house.
Yeah.
And I'm not an outside kind of person. I'm older, I guess, but my summer plans involve staying cool, whether that's here or somewhere else. So that was a short and sweet one. All right, what's your favorite summer activity to do with friends or family?
Well, my favorite used to be cooking ribs and chicken and stuff like that. And, you know, barbecue stuff. That's what I like. Not a whole lot of it all the time, but what's that?
That's really my answer is grilling.
I enjoy that. And then sometimes when Wendy's family does come around, because mine are so far away, and, you know.
Yeah.
But even when I'm home, we grill. But I think it's nice to sit and watch movies and tell stuff about stuff. And,
Well, he works so much, he doesn't really get to relax. So just sitting in the living room watching a TV show together or a movie together that's relaxing. So, but I do when the summer months, I do like to sit outside and grill and, you know, chit chat. And the neighbors are outside cutting the grass or walking by. So it's nice. We have a nice quiet neighborhood, and the
Yeah.
neighbors are real friendly.
yes.
All right, so number 5, what is your favorite summer activity to do by yourself? This I've never thought about.
Well, I'm probably a sicko. My favorite activity is cut the grass, wash the car, because it's really good mental therapy because I put my little ear pods in and I listen to my music, and then I can wash the car in 2 hours or I can wash it in 28 hours. I mean, I can
Yeah.
make it take as long as I want to take.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing that, and
It relaxes you.
and it's calming because then when you finish, then you're like, wow, it looks really nice, you know. And you know, clean the eaves and stuff. I don't consider that work because that's really good therapeutic for me.
Yeah. Summer months about a long time you can really get out and do that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and it's too dang cold to do it the other
Yeah.
time.
I don't really think I have any summer activities. I mean, when it's summertime, my grandkids are out of school, so I'm able to go and see them. And, you know, I'm a road trip kind of girl, and most of the time he's working. So for me, a fun time is just to get in my car, take that road trip. It's like 13 hours to my daughters and like 8 hours to my mom. So it's nothing for me to jump in the car and take a road trip to see my, you know, my grandkids and my mom and my daughter, and then I can stop all along the way to the little crafty places I see that,
Yeah.
you know. So that's kind of what I enjoy.
I do have one more thing to say about that. Prior to, we're empty nesters.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever used that phrase. But
We are,
this
though,
is
we're
this is a prime time to use this word.
Yeah, empty nesters.
So while JD was running around this camp, you don't have to worry about making any plans for the summer because there was something going on
All the
every
time.
day.
Yeah.
And I mean from the sunrise to the sunset.
Yeah.
So you know what? That was our entertainment.
Yeah.
That was our fun plans to do. And
This camp, that camp, what, you know, this
Yeah.
practice, that practice.
you know, it's not that we're just, okay, well, JD went to school and we don't do anything anymore. But I do work a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is, you know.
Yes.
But
It's just
JD was our
relaxing,
entertainment.
yeah.
But I don't want to have another child just to create summer activities. I
Yeah,
got
we
two
got
dogs.
dogs.
We got dogs. So, whoa.
All right, so I guess mine will be road tripping. And I like to road trip with him too, but it's hard. You know, maybe 1 or 2 a year we can, you know, road trip together. But for me, I'll just jump in my car and go road trip and stop all along the way to all the little places I want to
The
stop
only
at.
way it's pleasant for me is if I just throw the phone out the dang window.
Yeah, well.
Don't answer no emails, don't answer no phone, but I can't, I mean, I meet up like that. I can't do it. So, but I'm getting better at it.
All right, number 6, how has your relationship with summer changed since you've gotten older?
It has never changed with me. I mean, I always worked outside. I always reference the Coast Guard because, I mean, that's all I did before. I always was outside. I love the outside. I love the heat. And I work in a lot of heat now.
Yeah.
And I have. And it hasn't changed me at all. Heat doesn't bother me.
Well, I'm an inside person now. I don't really like the heat of summer. I don't like to sweat, and I'm going to be inside where it's cool. When I was younger, of course, you know, I was all about being outside or going to the beach, or the hotter the better. But no, as I'm older, it is all about being inside and being cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 7. What's your favorite place to go for a summer day trip or weekend getaway?
So, presently, what's your favorite? Well, right now all I got on my mind is Destin, Pensacola, Orange Beach.
And that's really it. We could
And-
really do that for, a day. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not far.
And if we go to Orange Beach, a school friend of mine, Michelle Crawford, she's on the internet. She works for the Chamber of Welcoming Committee, Commerce or something, so she knows all the good spots. But I mean, I spend a
That'd
little
be
time
good.
down there too. But that would probably be one. I mean,
Beach.
yeah. I'm not all about going and swimming with the bears. You know, they just had bears in Pensacola Beach, Orange Park the other day. I mean,
And
they
there's
are.
hammerheads at Orange Beach.
And
so.
at Crab Island, you know. But I mean, I'm all right with that. That's their house. I mean, you're in there playing, and now you get a little worried because they
I know.
come around. But I'm not getting out there anyways. I'd rather go to the pool and drink me a Pepsi and
Yeah.
be fine.
So I think if I had to pick a favorite getaway, I just don't get away. We just don't get away. But I think if I had to pick a favorite summer kind of getaway place, it would be really close to us. It's called Callaway Gardens, and it's got a little beach. It's called Robbins Beach, and if you go a nice restaurant, they have a beautiful butterfly enclosure where you can, all the butterflies are in there with you. And it's only maybe an hour and a half up the road. It's not far at all, and it's really beautiful. So that is a nice, just a nice day or weekend. You can stay at one of the cabins, or you can stay at the hotel. So that's a nice getaway. It's not very expensive, and it's just a really peaceful time. All right, number 8. What is your favorite summer food or drink?
Well, it used to be barbecue and nachos and a couple brewskis. But
I
now,
think that was pre-Weight Watchers.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I could probably still do it, but I like chicken, and I like Pepsi, and I like, Crickle water. I love my Crickle water.
Circle water. Oh, the little bottles that have the little flavor things.
So a lot of that's changed since last September, you know. I mean,
But no favorite food, especially for the summer? Or?
I just had barbecues.
Oh, okay. My favorite summer food is watermelon. I love it. I
Well,
love it all
that's
year
summer
round, but it's really a summer food. And I think I love it so much because it reminds me of my grandmother, but it's just darn good. Really, it's just darn good. I don't really have a favorite drink. My favorite drink year round is Milo Jelly Cap tea, but I don't really have a favorite summer drink, but watermelon will be my favorite summer food. All right, number 9. Do you have any special traditions or celebrations that you associate with the month of June? This was a no for me.
Well, no, I don't have any for June, but I have them in July because the whole plant gets off in July except for us. And then we got to work 12 hours,
Shut down.
10, 12 shutdown days, you know. In June, I think maybe I refer back to JD, you know, graduating this grade, going to football camp, starting football camp. Wendy participated in all those activities. So, to answer the question, no, we don't have any more. We're empty nesters. We don't.
Yes.
We're out.
I guess we need to make some. We need
We're
to
gonna
make
have to
some
make some.
celebrations and traditions.
So I'm working on it with the Helen and the Florida.
I guess the only thing I look forward to in June, my grandkids are out of school, so if I want to go visit, or they usually come every June or July, depending on how all their vacations fall. They all come and stay in Alabama for about 3 or 4 weeks, and they rotate all of the grandparents. So a week here, and a week here. So it's Camp Gigi coming up pretty soon, probably June or July. So I'll have to come up with some things to do. So I guess that's a tradition. They usually come every year. They have for many, many years now. Okay, last question. What is your favorite thing to do during a summer thunderstorm?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Make sure everybody's safe and there's no tornadoes.
Yes.
And then we're hitting the rack.
Yes, just turn the lights out, maybe put a movie on, close the blinds, and just go to sleep. And
You can
listen
sleep like a champ.
Yes, just sleep.
Which I'm sure all y'all do the same thing too.
Well,
But-
the only thing better is if we had a metal roof. That would be the only thing better.
Yeah, we're not getting them.
All right, that is it for no tag questions. They were not hard, but some of them
Yeah.
were a little hard. I mean, I guess we're just, maybe we're boring.
We're empty nesters.
I don't know. We're empty nesters, boring right now. Maybe we need to pep it up a little bit.
We're gonna step the game up here a little bit.
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to link the questions and all the channels in the description box. Thank you for hanging with us on this June No Tag Summer Begins for the month, and I will see you on the next video. I've got a recipe collab coming up, so stay tuned for that, and all the channels that you'll be able to go get maybe 9 or 10 more recipes to add to your collection. And if you're joining us as a return on this channel, thank you so much for being here again. And if you're just finding us, a big welcome to you. And we're so happy you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when we do things like No Tag Tuesday or recipe collabs or car chit chats. So I want you to get out and do something for yourself the rest of the day. It's early in the day, and if you're taking care of yourself, then you can take care of everybody else in your life. So that will be it until the next video. We'll see you soon. Bye.
All right.